Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the morning. Kuntres HaTefila. This shiur is in honor of the Wood Eisenberg son's bris. Mazel tov. Should go on the telech of Matim Tevim. Okay, let's continue. We're talking about in Perek Ches about working on the Nefesh Bahamas and training Nefesh Bahamas, getting him to understand what's important and things like this. Let's continue. Okay, so we're in the bottom of page 80, talking about the ox, lamb, and goat. We're just going to discuss different types of Nefesh Bahamas, and essentially the idea is the Rebbe Rashab is trying to help us figure out what type of Nefesh Bahamas we have and how to work on it. We have to, for ourselves, our avodah is to recognize what type of, meaning where is my Nefesh Bahamas talking? When is my Nefesh Bahamas talking? When Nefesh is talking? And how to work on it. That's what we're going to discuss. So further consideration is the investment of the godly soul in a body and in an animal soul. But another thing you have to realize, you have neshama, but neshama is included in the body, in the animal soul. The godly soul has been clothed in a corporeal garment of a natural animistic soul whose innate and motive attributes are immensely forceful and strong. So you have to understand, we have to realize that our nefesh l'kis has been included in the body, nefesh Bahamas, and the body of nefesh Bahamas is very strong. It's like the story of Rebbe Rashab. He asked Rebbe Hillel Zaltzman's father. He said, I can't remember how he called him. He said, do you feel you used to be mochsidish or now you're mochsidish? So he said, for sure, I used to be mochsidish more than now. So he said, well, what happened? So he said to him, well, what do you expect after years of breakfast? What was he saying? That every time, he was basically saying that every time he eats breakfast, he's feeding his nefesh Bahamas. Because in order to feed a nefesh l'kis by eating breakfast, you have to have proper intention. You have to be cognizant of what you're doing. Whereas he was saying he probably wasn't paying that much attention to what he was doing. So therefore, automatically nefesh Bahamas is getting strength. Yeah. So here in the brackets, in the bottom of the page, here a number of different levels apply. As is known, there are three general categories of animal souls. So the three types of animal soul. These categories are termed ox, lamb, and goat. And he's going to discuss each one of them, what do they look like. And we, for ourselves, we've got to figure out which one most relates how it seems to be us. The goat is the boldest of the animals, demonstrating great vigor and strength. So the goat is an animal that's strong, not necessarily so much physical, which probably also is, but it's also like within itself. Nothing phases it at all. It budges for nothing. It is excited by nothing and shows no visible indication of its boldness or tenacity. So it's so, meaning it has strength, but it doesn't even show it. It's totally blah. It just stands in one place without any movement. Only when one attempts to move a goat, for some reason, will its firm power and strength be seen. That it remains wholly undaunted. So it's a whole thing is that it's so strong, but it doesn't really even show it. But when it has to show it, the only thing it's showing is that I'm strong, not doing anything. It's like, so meaning a personality, and we'll think about this in terms of personality. It's like there's a story of Shlach. He said that he goes, when I speak to somebody and they said he had one of the girls in his Chabad houses on campus. He says, one of the girls, she came once to a shiur to argue with him because she thought he was so sexist. She never met him, but religiously sexist. She argued with him, and now she's like the president, of the Chabad house or something. She was like in charge of all the programming. And he said, so the Sheikh said, he goes, when a person has passion, so I have something to work with. When someone is totally bland and doesn't care, so then there's nothing to work with because they don't, I don't care. One time I went with Tzayim in Yerushalayim in the Shuk, and I asked the guy to put in tefillin, never. he said, he goes, what you've asked me to do, it's like telling me to go walk up the top of that roof and come down. I'm like why? And now maybe I hope I would have had a better answer for him, but I didn't really have a good answer. And I'm like, okay, I don't. And the point is, so he sort of, this is sort of like the good. It's not phase. It doesn't care. It's no whatever. It doesn't make a difference. You know, you see the most inspirational video, inspirational shiur or for bringing, and it just totally doesn't phase him in any way. So that's the good. And we have to see, are we in that type at all? An ox is an animal that gores, demonstrating its power and strength by goring, kicking, and so on. Possessing an excitable demeanor, it can be more readily moved in a positive direction. Like we said before, the girl that came to the shiur to argue, she's more like the ox, where she has fire, she has passion. It's wild, kicks people. You know, we can hurt people's feelings. Some people, you know, they're rough and they say things that are hurtful to other people. But that's the negative. But we can transform that to positive. They have that fire, that passion. It is more easily influenced on account of its weak ego, which it isn't too pronounced. But it also has a matter that its ego is not that great. Whereas the goat seems to have a big ego, so it can't even nothing can get into it. Whereas here the ego is not that big, so it can actually not get too much in the way. And again, we have to find out which one do we think we are more related to. A lamb, the last one, is utterly tame by nature, can be easily subdued and transmuted. In the specifics of the above, there are numerous details and many different levels. So, you know, and of course, at the bottom, I think it's from, there's a mimer of the Alter Rebbe. I have it in the Heritage series, Transforming the Inner Self. And then Alter Rebbe talks about different levels of Nefesh Bahamis. But the idea is essentially is to learn your Nefesh Bahamis, learn how you work and how your Nefesh Bahamis works. And you can figure out if one of them, if yours fits into one of these categories, it could be a bit of both. You know, you could have all the, no, not right. Yeah. Anyway, but the point is that we have to recognize how Nefesh Bahamis is. We have to learn who he is, when he, she is speaking, and then we can start working on ourselves. The methods of refining the animal soul. The purpose of the soul descent, and this is a very powerful message that something that we can live with for our lives. The purpose of the soul's descent into a body is to refine the animal soul. The whole reason why your neshama came down from where it was, when we said it before in the later chapters, from the highest of high, we don't even appreciate how high it comes from. So that animal soul that comes to such a high level, that godly soul that comes to such a high level, the whole purpose of it coming down here is not for itself. Its purpose is to purify the animal soul. So you come and we can't say to ourselves, oh man, look, it's unfair what God gave me, he was not nice to me, he gave me such a hard animal soul. So I have so much struggles in my life. The whole purpose of those struggles are for your nefesh l'kish to come and refine it. This is how it's set up. It's like a game that will put your nefesh b'hamis. You'll have something that you work on. And the nefesh l'kish, your job is to come, and we have to work on nefesh l'kish. We say in davening, I don't have it sitting next to me right now. We say, so we say in the morning, we say Rebbein Ka'olamim, and we say, it's a paragraph. It's called Rebbein Ka'olamim. So in the end of it, he says, and the difference between a person and an animal is nothing. Because everything is all vanity. Levad haneshama taher, beside your pure neshama. Shehi, that it asida litain din v'cheshbon, has to give a din v'cheshbon, an accounting, a judgment and accounting. When it goes up to Shemaim, it's going to be questioned. So why is nefesh l'kish going to be questioned? Nefesh l'kish is good. What wrong does the nefesh l'kish do? He's the one that always wants you to do the right things. But the answer is, the nefesh l'kish, his job coming down here, your nefesh l'kish came down to work on your nefesh b'hamis. So when we're not working on ourselves, your nefesh l'kish is not doing its job. When it comes up to Shemayim, they're going to be asked, hey, nefesh l'kish, not nefesh b'hamis. Nefesh b'hamis did his job. He pushed you, he kept on going. The nefesh l'kish, did you do your job? Did you manage to refine the animal soul? And that's what we're talking about. To purify the natural and motive traits and to subdue the sitracha. Our job is to purify ourselves, meaning to make a mensch out of ourselves. It's like I heard last night, someone told me that Rahela for bringing Jittis Kislev. Rahela is the Rosh Kollel in Crown Heights. and he used to not be Lubavitch. He wasn't brought up Lubavitch, and he has a Ferengi Teskislev. He's a very knowledgeable person, but very practical in Chassidus. They have some things from him in the Perspective magazine that he talks about learning Chassidus and things like this, different concepts. It's very beautiful. So he said that before I went to the Rebbe for Yechidus, I thought I was a mensch. Because after I came out of Yechidus, I felt like I'm a grub. I'm like he said I think he said like I'm an animal on 4 legs or something. Because the Rebbe is a mensch. So what he realized, I guess, I don't know. I wasn't at the parade. I don't know what everything that he said, but I think what he realized is before he came to the Rebbe, came to Yechidus, he felt like he was a good guy. He did all the good things. And when he came to the Rebbe and came out, he realized there's a lot to work on himself. And Chassidim back in the day used to work on themselves very hard, in a good way, to make real mention out of themselves and really take control over their lives. And that's what we're trying to do. To work on listening, to get the Nefesh Elokis to talk and make the decisions, is to take control of your life. And to subdue the Sitra Achra. The length of man's life in this world is commensurate with the quantity and quality of purification he must effect. And the amount of time that you have in this world is based on how much effort you have to put in to refine it. And every day you have to work on it. And there's another moment we learned, Leisam Shakela, that basically your time is counted. And you're here and you have to realize, we have to appreciate. It's not again, I can say it a million times, and it never gets tired of saying it, that it's not talking about bashing yourself and putting yourself down. It's about appreciating how valuable you are and your life is. And that's what we're saying. We have to realize we're valuable and our life is valuable. And we can't sit there and just say, yeah, whatever, I'll do it later. We've got to take care of ourselves. We've got to put ourselves first and foremost and make sure we're doing the right things. Accordingly, it is written, the days of our life, Bahem, in them, number 70. What's the pasuk in Hebrew? Yemei Sheneseinu Bahem Shivim Shana, which is the days of our life is 70 years. So the Hebrew letter and the word Bahem are the same as those in the word Behema, meaning the primary method to effect this refinement and purification is specifically through the avodah prayer. So the vart is the days of our life is 70, meaning Bahem Behema, the days of our life to work on our Nefesh Bahamis is 70. Meaning we have our years in our life, why we're here to work on ourselves and to make ourselves a better person. And he says, so the Rebbe Rashab is saying the main time to be able to work on yourself is during davening. Now, nowadays, unfortunately, we don't have that much time. Funnily enough, we have so much more accessibility. We don't have to even leave our house to get everything. But somehow we have less time. I don't know. I can't answer that one. But the point is that we have to realize that this is why we're here. And this is our main point. You could say that the Rebbe helped us in this in a simple way of working on ourselves is by going helping others. And if we're busy helping others, that will help us automatically be working on ourselves. But for a different discussion. But the point is that we're here to work on ourselves. And we have to analyze ourselves and see if we're living the lives we should be living. Are we going to bed late? Are we doing things we shouldn't be doing? That we know. I'm not talking about the things we don't know about. I'm talking about the things we do know, that we know we shouldn't be doing, but we do it anyway. So let's try to work on it. Let's figure out a solution of what's one step I can take to get out of that situation. And this is what we're meant to be. This is what we're trying to do. And this is the whole purpose. When you do that, you have to give yourself credit because your Nefesh Elokis is making the right decision right there. And it's victory. So this Avodah can be performed by applying oneself in those subjects that the animal soul's natural reason can also understand. And this is the vart of learning Chassidus and things we can understand. Because that's the point. When you can understand the Chassidus you're learning, it can help you and it can refine you, it can transform you, it can push you in the right direction. It's a little late, I think. We'll try to run a little more and finish off. Using this method, top of page 84, the godly soul affects the animal soul through prolonged meditation and deep concentration explained above, by affording it also with an understanding and a sense perception of the underlying godliness, that the Nefesh Bahamis understands it. Just like the story with the kid hitting the bats on the window and it freaks us all out. Why? Who does it freak? The Nefesh Bahamis understands that this is bad. So our job is to learn Chassidus in a way that even our Nefesh Bahamis will want to come join along. Not because we just said random things and we say, come, you got to come. No, you got to come. But because you explain to him in a way that he understands. It's like drinking soft drinks. I, Baruch Hashem, have gone to the point in my life where I can't drink soft drink. I can't drink Coke. I used to love Coke, but I've trained myself out of it and realized how bad it is for me, to the extent that if I drink a cup of Coke, it hurts my stomach. Whose stomach does it hurt? It's not my nefesh of Kis's stomach, my nefesh of Hamas. And so my nefesh of Hamas doesn't want the Coke. And that's the point. We're meant to learn Chassidus in a way that we can talk to our nefesh of Hamas about it in a way that he can understand and that he won't want it as well. With the godly soul's excitement of love and awe, the animal soul also becomes excited with a feeling of love and awe. And we'll stop here. And what we're saying is, we're saying we have to learn. We have to learn how to speak to our nefesh Bahamas in a way you can understand what a nefesh Bahamas is like. Just like the story, I don't know, is Ruth on, but like the story that I've told in the past, and maybe we'll do by the Farian, how I convinced myself to go learn Chassidus, not because I didn't like it, and I liked Chassidus. That's exactly the part. I did like Chassidus, but it wasn't enough to convince my nefesh Bahamas to wake up extra early to go learn Chassidus. But Danish did get my nefesh Bahamas interested enough to get up the extra early to go learn Chassidus. So we have to learn how to speak to our nefesh Bahamas, and that's the purpose of your nefesh Elokis coming down. And should be more to be discussed tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.